Hello everyone, and welcome to this tutorial on how to submit a reimbursement form for your club. Submitting a reimbursement form is simple and easy. To start, head to the clubs page of the CSU website. Click on How to Manage Your Club, and then you're going to see that there are many tools at your disposal. You're going to click on Finances for everything finance related. And we are going to scroll down to Using Club's Funds, or in other words, how to receive a reimbursement. So the main way to use money in your club account is to pay for an expense out of pocket, meaning you're paying for it either by cash, credit, or debit card. We normally prefer credit card and debit card reimbursements, and then you get reimbursed by filling out the reimbursement requisition form. The reimbursement requisition form is hyperlinked here in the Using Club Funds section of the CSU website. And then once you fill out the reimbursement form, you must also attach all important information, meaning your credit card or debit card statement, and you can blank out all information that is not pertinent to the transaction at hand or the reimbursement that you are requesting, as well as receipts. So those are the three documents that you need. You must have your reimbursement form, you must have your documents attached, meaning your credit card statement or your debit card statement. You can white out all information that isn't pertinent, and as well as the pertaining receipts to the reimbursement. Once you've done all of that, we request that all of that is put into a single PDF document, and you can then send that off to clubs@csu.qc.ca to go over it, and then they will send it to the Internal Affairs Coordinator. If, however, you feel confident with your reimbursement form, you could send it directly to the Internal Affairs Coordinator at internal@csu.qc.ca. Note that you cannot submit a reimbursement form or request for a reimbursement if you have not had your budget for your club yet approved. So if you haven't had your budget yet approved for your club, please watch our How to Create a Budget video that will go over how to create a budget for your club. If your budget has not been approved by Clubs and Space Committee, you will not be reimbursed for expenses. Once your budget is approved by Clubs and Space Committee, you can then start spending out of pocket for items outlined in your club's budget, and you will be reimbursed for those items. So now, all we have to do is click on the hyperlink here of the reimbursement form section. And the reimbursement form hyperlink brings us to this reimbursement forms page with 3 documents attached. The first is a reimbursement example. The second is the reimbursement form to fill out. So the reimbursement example is essentially just how to, it's a reimbursement form filled out properly, a sample form for you to follow so that you know how to fill it out for your club. The reimbursement form Excel sheet is the Excel documents that you're going to download onto your computer and that you are going to fill out for the reimbursement. Remember, this form over here is just one component of what you need to submit to us. You must, in one document, submit this document over here, as well as your receipts, and as well as your credit card or debit card statement. Now, you may be asking yourself, how can I put all of this in one document? You're telling me you want all of this in one PDF document. That means we do not want you to create multiple sheets on the Excel document and put in receipts and your credit card statement there. We want one PDF document. How we can do that is using the Combine PDF, which is a free software. You can also do it through Adobe or other paid softwares, but Combine PDF really does the job. You'd upload here your Excel reimbursement form filled out, as well as your invoice and receipts, corresponding to the purchase that you made, and your credit card statement with all of the blanked out information that you do not want us to see. You would then upload the files. It would combine them all into one document, and it would convert it into a PDF for you. It's that simple. So again, we want one document. So now let's check out the sample reimbursement form, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So Jane Doe over here is being reimbursed for a specific item. They're being reimbursed for catering food and compostable plates that they have purchased. So what they've done is the check payable to section is the person that is receiving the transfer or the payment. So this is the person that is essentially being reimbursed. So Jane Doe is the person being reimbursed. They are the person that is being transferred at this email address. And you must include as well their mailing address, so the person that's reimbursed's mailing address. And that's it really for this section over here. So again, all of this, Jane Doe, or this section here, is the place where you put the information of the person that is receiving the e-transfer from us, that made the payment, and that's being reimbursed. So this is the person that's being reimbursed. You could then go into details here and explain to us what the expense is relating to. Here you put the date of the receipts, as well as the descriptions of the of what you're requesting reimbursement for, as they did over here. In this section below, you can provide us with any additional details as appropriate that you see fit. Over here, you're going to see requester name, requester email, and requester phone number. Now, this section is different than this section. This section is the person that's being reimbursed, and this section is the person that is filling out this form, or the requester. In other words, this person's the person that's receiving the e-transfer, and this person is the person that is filling out this document. Now, just so that you know, okay, these two people can be the same people. In other words, if Jane is the one that is requesting the e-transfer, Jane would put her information here as well. Okay? However, in this case, the person that's filling out this form and Jane are separate people. So that is why we see that John is the person that's filling out this form. So they put their email address as well as their phone number. And they filled out Jane's information for them on this form. But Jane is still the person that the check is payable to or that is receiving the e-transfer. You then put your club name, and you have both of your signing officers sign on to this document. Signing on to the document is simple and easy. You can do it once your document is converted into PDF format, and you can have both of your signing officers sign it through Adobe signature function or Microsoft or Apple Draw function onto the PDF, and you can sign your signature, or you can do it on the Excel directly. So in order to do it on the Excel directly, we're looking here at the sample reimbursement form. So here is the reimbursement form that you would have to fill out, and you'd fill out all the information appropriately in accordance to the sample form PDF form that we are looking at on the other window. And you would just press draw, click on the pen function, and you can draw on the Excel directly, and it's that simple. Okay? So that is one way you can do it. So again, once you've filled out this form, your form is filled out, you know, you've signed on to the Excel directly, let's say, you've submitted all the information required. What is your next step? Well, your next step is to download that Excel as a document Okay, so you could download it on the Excel, you could download it onto your desktop or in your download section or wherever. And then you would go and you would then look and say, okay, so these are the purchases that I've made. What is the corresponding receipt to these purchases? And what is the corresponding credit card or debit card statement if I use this to pay to these purchases? And then what you would go ahead and do is you would download those receipts. Okay, you would download that debit or credit card statement, and they're all now three separate files. You have your Excel, you have your credit card statement, your debit card statement, and you have your receipt. And you're going to use again a software. It could be Adobe, it could be any download software, or you could use the combine PDF function to combine them all, as this club did over here. Although they do not have a credit or debit card statement, you must include the credit and debit card statement. But we see that they did include their receipts in one single PDF document. I repeat, must be sent in one single PDF document. So once your form is ready, like Jane's is, you can send the reimbursement form again to clubs@csu.qc.ca to review and send to the Internal Affairs Coordinator, or you can send it to the Internal Affairs Coordinator directly if you feel confident with the way that the form is submitted to internal@csu.qc.ca. Once all of that's done, you will be receiving a transfer within the next 2 weeks. The Internal Affairs Coordinator will process the reimbursement claim, work with the Finance Department, and get you that reimbursement by e-transfer. However, within the following 2 weeks, if you do not receive the e-transfer and you have any difficulties and you're not able to access the password, just contact the Internal Affairs Coordinator at internal@csu.qc.ca, and they will be able to help you with receiving your transfer if you experience any difficulties. We thank you for watching the How to Submit a Reimbursement Form video. If you have any further questions, please send us off an email at clubs@csu.qc.ca or internal@csu.qc.ca. We encourage you to watch our other how-to videos. If there are any questions that we did not address, please email us and we'll be happy to address them. Thank you.